We are live.
We are live. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our July 8th Capital Improvements Committee. As always, I like to take the opportunity to thank staff. I was here and very exciting to walk into the airport today. It's down there, and everything looks great. Everybody was moving nicely and parking. I driving going smoothly. Today was, I will say, when I walked in, I smiled all the way up here. So great job, team. As far as the projects goes, I've had the opportunity, excited to hear all of your updates today, but just want to thank Peter and your team for your hard work. Things are moving along nicely, and I couldn't be more pleased, and I'm sure my fellow co-chair and board members share the same excitement. There was a great buzz today, and it's sunny out, so there we go.
Yeah.
It's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our first point of business will be our approval of minutes from May 6th. I didn't take a pen out of my purse. Peter, you'll jot for me.
Yes.
If I could have a motion
Okay.
to approve the minutes. Steve, I'll second. Right. And I'll second, and all in favor, aye. Okay, let's dive right in. As always, we have a full agenda, and do my best to move it along, and I'll turn over the terminal expansion project to John.
Okay, thank you. What I'm starting with is the project milestones that we discussed previously. This first group is a group for the August milestones, and it deals with the exterior metal panels that's advancing to be complete during August. The third floor glass wall, which is going to be completed at the end of August, early September, which is really key, is adding the 2,000 square feet of the queuing area. That's going to be more expansive and give the public a larger area, because even very early morning we do fill up what we have now. The high ceilings work in the ticketing area is basically complete except for the punch list. And I've got some slides to elaborate on these points here. Low ceiling airline ticket areas, we just have to paint the beams and do some other things with more metal panels. Vestibule upgrades, details and the interior painting and the TS rail up shutters. That's complete except for over the exit lane. So in what I have targeted for December is the exterior camping work, and this is working with MLB, and this is on their schedule, and also to turn over elevators 4 and 5, which are the 2 elevators on the garage side, the north parking area. And right in that shot right there, the floor is terrazzo, that's already down, it just needs to be ground. We have to add gypsum wall boards at the front of the elevators, but the elevators are progressing. Okay. Moving along on the main terminal expansion.
Before we go any further, can I just, Steve, do you have any questions on that list and the milestones? And just for purposes of, so once those elevators are turned over, people will be able to come right through?
Yes, we're
I just
working.
want to clarify.
We're pressing MLB to finish this element of work because it's important to our passengers. All those that park in the north garage have to take this circuitous route. They have to, walk to the north to that elevator bank, come across the road, and this is going to bring them right through the terminal. And one, it's convenience for their passengers, but it's also will reduce the number of people, our guards or monitors, on the curb, because you'll have less traffic. Because when the flights come back, quite a number of people do park in the north garage. So this is going to reduce the traffic out at the curb.
So go ahead, Steve.
I missed the date of that. What's your milestone?
December.
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 So we expand in August and then we open in December, which is great, hopefully before the holiday. Well, holiday rush starts earlier, but so folks that park on the first floor will probably continue to go right in, drop their bags and go up, and then people coming in the main terminal can go down and
Right.
via elevator or escalators.
And that's the MLB schedule date. We're trying to work with them to get them to advance this element of work, because we've emphasized how important it is to us.
Are you going to be able to fill us in on what will be left to complete after December?
I can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. John and I can do that, because let me go through this presentation.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and we'll hit it.
Sure.
We'll
At
hit
the
that.
end of the meeting would be fine.
Okay.
surprised.
Okay, yeah. So, the work that's progressing is removal of the old escalators, foundations are being excavated by a vacuum truck, so we don't hit any utilities. The curb balcony, at the second level, and also for the work that's going to be, the steel work, the mechanical room on the roof level. And then, and this next shot is, just a different angle of that. Steel beams will be, erected for the expanded CSA equipment. And the slab that will do the floor over, that's scheduled for October. So the phase work, exterior work continues. This is something that I mentioned, that, when we're gonna finish the metal work. So all the metal work is supposed to be complete on both the west side, this is the west side, and the next slide is the east side. That's supposed to be all complete by the end of August. And this shot right is, looking up from baggage claim. So the covered walkway ceiling is the next shot here. The garage, this is at the garage side, the entrance area. This is outdoors looking up, standing on the ground level. And this is the metal torsion ceiling with the linear light fixtures. And that's gonna be a pretty common theme, both on the north side and the terminal side. And this work is supposed to be complete, all the metal torsion work is supposed to be complete by September 1st. And here, once again, this is under the roadway where the traffic is. They're not now, they're on opposite lane, but this is close to the terminal. The metal torsion ceiling is supposed to be complete, once again, September 1st. And this is a little better looking, because I think this was a question earlier. The reason why this structure is so entailed and has these vertical members, structural members holding the ceiling is to prevent wind load. Especially as the buses go through and you get heavy wind conditions, this ceiling will have a tendency to want to move. So it's structurally tied to the concrete above. Once again, movement. So this slide here is the restroom construction. This work is to be complete mid-August. Along the entrance here, where you see below the purple soffit there, is going to be all glass tile. And the large opening is that's like the men's room. I believe that's the men's room. It's going to be a large opening. I don't have any slides with the interior, but this slide, it's very upscale, very similar to our bathrooms that we have in the current terminal, with a lot of glass tile, a lot of very high-end features in those restrooms.
Will it have the, which I can't, I haven't been
Family,
in there
the
a while.
family room.
Yeah, there will be, and then is it a one-way in or out?
The center, yes, one way in and out for the male, female.
And
And
then,
that door is for the family room.
wonderful.
Okay, and this is basically the same shot, but to the left, which is really not it's left of the individual with the orange t-shirt. The left is where Dunkin' Donuts is going to be. That work's going to start August 17th and be complete by mid-September. Okay, so terrazzo floor installation and the entire second level will be complete in 3 weeks. It's all going to be poured and ground and ready to walk on. They'll protect it. A lot of the area will be protected as work continues in that area. I mentioned the TSA shutters. They're installed in the soffits along. You can see it's framed with the metalwork above, but there's these very large, heavy security gates for the TSA that they'll come down at night, go up in the morning. Those are all installed, all entirely except for the exit lane, which they're going to do at night. Once again, here's another shot of the high ceilings. What needs to be done there is the beams have to be painted that dark gray. And there's just a couple punch list items, but for the most part, the high ceiling work is done. And the next slide is this is above the ticket counters. Under the ticket counters, or the ceilings are just above the ticket counters with the agent stand. That's all new work. There's a linear diffuser that runs the full length. It's a white metal ceiling, and we're also replacing the infrared heaters. That's a little square, the 2x2 squares. So it's supplemental heat for the agents. during the cold weather when the doors open and shut. They can turn those on and get some relief due to the doors can be open quite frequently early mornings, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We have heavy traffic. So that work is going to be completed this September. And then we'll go the essentials at ALB. This is the enclosure. This work is going to be open in 2 weeks, and I have a number of slides following. But with the opening of this essentials, the marketplace will close, and we can begin the construction of the 7th lane. And that is to start on July 27th. So the next few slides are basically the essentials here. Excuse me. So here we have, this work is going to be done within 2 weeks. The flooring's done, the finishes are in. Matt Hunter tells me that they've got the ceiling done, and that's
In progress.
in progress. Okay. So sorry off. Okay. So there's a new display areas as we go through these. These are ready to be stocked. Right here, and there's some just details for lighting fixtures above that. You'll see the wood behind at the above, and then the ceilings are almost done according to Matt. He gets in there more often than I do, so he just took these pictures.
They were assembling a chandelier when I was down there, so they're making progress.
Where is this?
This is the essentials. It is the new
Next to the business center, you know, the Perry
Oh,
shop.
okay,
Yeah.
Oh, it's that kind of.
It's been all retrofitted, and that's the end of my presentation. I'll let John do his, and we can talk about schedule. If you
Does
will.
anybody have any questions?
Just
Go.
one as usual.
That's okay, go.
John, they've now moved the traffic pattern far left.
Right.
You cannot avoid those 3 manholes
I know.
that are between 2 and 6 inches deep. Can't you just pave over them, fill them up with blacktop that you can jackhammer around?
You could do that.
Okay.
Listen, you
I know
cannot,
you're
avoid-
asking.
you cannot,
Yes, yes.
avoid-
It's
you can't avoid them now. I was following a car the other day, he was going too fast, so it was kind of a
Yeah.
hubris. He hit those puppies and went airborne almost.
Well, if you talk to the PI guys, they love them because they use them like speed bumps. It does slow people
Do
down.
what?
The PI guys that are out there doing the traffic control, they use them like speed bumps. It slows people
No,
down.
That's a great- I thought,
believe me,
yeah.
It does slow them down, but we can pay
You
that.
go over them over 5 miles an hour.
You bounce.
I know exactly.
You bounce.
All
But
right.
you're not really supposed to be
Come
going.
on, you can put a sign.
For what, manholes ahead?
Yeah.
We can put jump fabric and pave it, right? And then you.
Yeah,
pull
well,
the
it's-
fabric,
you-
then you pull the
Harold,
fabric.
Honest to God, it's very dark.
There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. We'll
You
get it
can't
done.
see them as you're
Well,
driving.
Well, the other
in.
thing is, I know when I drive through, I'm always looking for people. I trust the
You're
PI
looking
guys,
for
but I'm
people.
always looking. I might not see a sign because I'm always watching.
We can do it. There's a
Yeah,
there's a
that's a
technique
good
that we can
suggestion.
deploy.
Right.
So that
Sure
it'll
there is, John.
Mm.
it's filter fabric, pavement, and then you.
Just above the 4%.
Got it. All right, we got it.
Any other questions on the
That's it,
presentation so far? We're good? Okay. Turn it over to John.
John Leclerc, you want to talk?
Or do you want to go
about the site work?
right
Well,
to?
so we'll take care of the manholes as far as
Okay.
I work. They are switching back and forth. A lot of that is because of the metal ceiling being put underneath there. And then once they're done with that, then their site contractor is gonna come back. He's got some drainage work to complete with that new structure, some tie-in pieces both along the curb of the garage and the curb of the terminal. And then the other thing is they'll come in and they're gonna start digging for the bollards that are scheduled to be put in both, again, along the island, center island with the commercial lane and along the front of the terminal for protection for cars, not hitting any passengers, not getting behind the bollard. So that's will be ongoing as we speak. Once they get done with the underside of the build out there. The other thing they're working on is they're gonna start getting their site contractor clean up the short-term parking lot where they're using it as staging area, and they have a couple of structures in there they have to deal with too. One's gotta be replaced when they have to put a new top on, so they're gonna have them come in and do that all at the same time, and then they can mobilize that.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Hard to believe. Nothing is being done here. The affects the traffic pattern that was existent before we started this. Okay? We didn't know what we were gonna do as commercial lanes. And to me, unless I missed 7 meetings, we haven't talked about it at all.
I don't think we've
Because-
talked about it.
Because there were, I have pictures of what it was before, with 3 or 4 lanes of traffic just full at certain times of the day. And the commercial lanes empty. They weren't being utilized. A few taxis would park there. Let's put it this way, we haven't talked about it. And I think before we start putting ballards up and making these 2-lane commercial lanes that aren't being used again, I think we should start.
Okay.
Because it was
Didn't
not.
you need did you need those
Yeah, you-
lanes,
you
you
gotta use
needed
the
a
badge to
badge
swipe,
to,
yeah,
there's
had a
certain, who
keypad.
had that previously?
The cabs and
The
the,
cabs did, the hotel shuttles did,
Courtesy
limousines had
buses.
service, limousine
Okay.
services had those type of people, and then, employees, our maintenance people and things that had access to it, but yeah,
Okay,
that's how they did
A
that.
Thank
lot
you,
of
Steve.
people, probably only me, thought Uber and Lyft should be in there also.
You, no,
okay?
you,
And they
that-
weren't, because they were causing backups.
you're right about Uber and Lyft, because they wouldn't have had, so it was being explored by Katie, Mahoney from Avfords to have a geo fence set up so that those individuals that would have access to, so Ubers and Lyfts, that's how we know when they're in our perimeter and they're charged
Okay.
via our permit process. So that was being explored to ensure that Ubers and Lyfts would, or ride sharing of any kind, for that matter.
Because every airport I go to, you walk across the lanes to get to Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
They're not in the
Yeah.
main part. We can talk about
you
that.
know what we'll do?
But oh yeah, we've talked about it.
Yes, but we haven't, so
We haven't-
Steve, maybe
we
what
haven't
we'll
talked-
do is we'll schedule a meeting for next week with us as co-chairs to just sit down and see where they're at and what we think. So why don't we do that next week?
Yeah.
Just
It's-
to-
It's important because the
Yes.
schedule for the vows is September 1st to start all of
Great.
this.
All right, so is that good, Steve? We'll schedule a meeting
Yeah,
for the
we-
two of
we'll
us next
figure it
week?
out.
Great.
That's a good point.
It is, great. And then we can sort of have a game plan before the next
And we're
CIC.
still gonna
Well,
have
there's a
those
beat
3 lanes of
taxes in
solid
5
traffic.
years.
That's not gonna change.
Mm.
We haven't done anything.
self-driving, we'll all be self-driving.
Four lanes, and
Four
then
lanes.
2 lanes, we have 6 altogether.
No, Steve,
That
thank you.
hasn't changed from the
No,
original.
no.
Yeah, great, thank you, Steve, that's usually important, I appreciate you bringing it up, and we'll talk about it. It's on my list. Okay, John, did you have anything else on that, or we'll move, turn it over to Matt Moki for wayfinding and parking updates?
So our main update is, so I just received actually today a draft of our bid documents. So our plan is to release these July 27th, and the bid would be due August 11th. So we're still finalizing exactly what's going to be able to get built in phase 1. That's what we're finalizing now, and the specs of that. And they're working with some of the manufacturers and vendors to see a legit time frame. We're not going to put something in the bid package that's going to be pushed out longer than we anticipate. So that's what we're working on now. And again, this is just to reiterate, it's a 4-phase project. This is strictly phase 1, moving from exit 3 through the terminal and back out to Albany Shaker. That is what we mean. This is just a reiteration of roughly what the signs are going to look like moving forward. If you just want to flip through a couple slides, that's all. This is our the big update is the fact that we are getting this out on July 27th. Thank you. We'll have the roof up there, and then the west end, this is installed and done. So if you come in on that end, yes, this was done just at June 24th, I believe, was when it was.
It's got no message on it though.
Because it does, there's a video.
Not as of a day and a half ago.
Oh, it was, well, that, I mean, you can see it on the screen right there, and it must have,
Oh yeah, that's there. And then it shows a plane flying over and then it goes back to that.
yeah.
So we can utilize, we can discuss that as well, but that
Beautiful
is
sign.
that function.
That's just-
Okay,
So that is our big, any questions on the wayfinding itself?
any questions? Great,
So the old laundry facility, Jackson demo was awarded. Notice to proceed July 7th, which was Tuesday. We're currently doing some utility coordination, if I'm not mistaken, Latham Water.
The water has been cut in half, so the water service has been abandoned.
We just sent National Grid, we got them the information for the gas, and the electric, we've met with them. John's
We're gonna
coordinating
set
that
up
with
a
them.
new panel outside for the maintain power for the lights. It's gonna stay in that parking lot.
And then in a few weeks here, we will see demo, and it should not take that long.
About a week.
About a week. There you
Oh,
go.
wow, that's quick. Okay.
Cell phone lot, we're gonna release this project as of now, July 21st, maybe a chance possibly earlier. Maybe, but we got signed plans, this is out, and the bids will be due August 6th. We're looking at 3 months construction. If you wanna go to the next one, no, you can't see it, but it's just, this is roughly, we're extending it. We're going from 27 parking stalls to 67 stalls. It's gonna be only in coming off of Delisandro as current, but we're softening that on the way in. We're gonna block the exit, the access from Jetway Drive that people use to cut out of there. Sorry.
You can slip right through
It's
it.
safety.
Well, you don't like those left-hand
That's my
turns.
entrance.
Steve, you
Oh.
can slip right through it, just go through the lot and then.
You can cut over the grass.
And if you come all the way through, and then what you will be able to, so they'll have to exit down on the north end, so the bottom left, and you can go to the terminal, or you can take a right to go back to the economy lot. And that'll be moving at the same time. You know, since the theme here, economy parking, we're gonna release this project July 23rd, with bids coming back the 6th as well. So just go back real quick, if I could just point where we are, we're maximizing the top section that is not paved. We're still, there's additional, we sent comments back, we're gonna maximize, we're gonna get well over 1,000 parking stalls that are in there. We're still looking at a little more. That's the red lot. So see, then we're gonna move down. This is the green lot. We'll see if we can get how much of this area we can get paved as well. But we're starting where there's no pavement, working on draining. These are all gonna be parking. This is all gonna be parking, and then all the way up through there as well. So we're increasing a lot of parking. If you go to the next one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So this is, we obviously have to work through some constraints, wetlands and that stuff. So obviously it's not, and then right in the middle is our consolidated freight building. So there's certain things we are working around that you know, you just can't get into if we're gonna do this in a timely fashion. So this is going well.
There's one more slice.
Nope, not on this one. Now we're consolidated freight. This is the building that's right in the middle of that area as well. Parent little bidder is Duncan Cahill, however we want to pronounce that. And this will be a board item. And then we're gonna start this immediately as well.
What are they gonna do with that building?
We're
Well,
doing,
okay, the intention there is we're renovating that building because currently, parking personnel utilize the comfort station as their break room and where they have their uniforms. And it's a lunchroom, when its original intention was a comfort station. So we're moving that function down into consolidated freightways, and I think it's about a $250,000-$60,000
239.
239 bid project to renovate those offices, relocate them. And the purpose is that we're going to move employees, a group of employees, to the E lot, and they can utilize the comfort station as the waiting area to pick up their shuttle bus to the terminal. Because right now, many employees park in right here, our terminal side. And the notion is, the intention is to develop the heritage lot for employees and also E lot for employees. So we can reposition those employees, as most airports do, have remote parking for employees. And the parking up terminal side will be for our patrons.
Where's their comfort station now? Where they use?
It's right at the entrance. As
By
you
the
drive in,
gate.
it's to the right of the entrance.
The entrance to the E-Lot, the building on the right that you see,
Okay.
that's it.
Beside it, it's blue.
And we just recently renovated it
Yes.
with siding and rails and repaired some of the decking.
Right back there.
Well, on that note, Peter and I have been talking, when we have our kind of call before this meeting, we are going to schedule for right after Labor Day, a tour for the board of the properties on, bus tour to see, this is the heritage lot, this is what we're doing. I don't go to these areas, so we really want, there's so much work being done that we want the board to really embrace the locations. It'll also help when we see maps, position ourselves, takes, it'll take some of the mystery out of it. So we're looking at a full board tour of the properties and projects. We can have a picnic.
We have 1,200 acres. I'm sure we can find a spot.
Yeah, for you, we'll plan a picnic. So that's coming, and I think it will be very helpful.
The control tower.
Want food?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we want to really see all of that too, to understand, but I think it's time.
There's inside the fence and there's outside the fence.
Right.
They're two different worlds.
Yeah, so we want to be more familiar, so that's coming, so thank you. Are there any questions on any of the wayfinding and parking?
This is just, I threw this in there as well, just because as
Please.
we're dealing with parking and we're getting paving contractors on board, then we're also, First Lights Park, they're getting, one of our tenants, they're gonna do is, they're getting larger vehicles and volume. So we're gonna revisit their parking lot, our parking lot is in Millionaire, so this is another project we're gonna put out. The pricing should be pretty competitive, knowing we have the other paving projects out as well. So there's New York State, so there's 6 key locations that need to be, this year. So we're gonna get there. So we're trying to knock them off as we can and maximize our value for it. And these are all, everything is due early August. August 6th, August 6th, August 6th, August 11th. So we're gonna
Okay.
get moving forward.
Lots going on.
All hope to be completed this year?
Yes. Certain ones, we have timeframes for certain ones we need to, if it's gotta be done by the end of August, we have that in there. If it's just gotta be done by October 1st, that's in there, but this paving season, yes, nothing.
That's good.
We'll have more for next year, so I don't want this spilling into that.
That's great.
Other capital projects?
Any
We'll just keep rolling.
questions or any questions so far? Great, keep rolling, we're good.
Concourse A, we're gonna flip, all temp walls are down, stairwell, escalator, elevator, everything is open. We're going through the punch list, and that's where we are now. There's some painting, terrazzo, some steel, what do you call it, steel paneling on the bottom. That's
Beautiful.
just punch
Trim.
list. That is it, trim, there we go.
Just trim work.
So any questions on that project? Feel free to walk down.
Okay, terminal elevator replacement. This is elevator number 1. It's on the west side of the north of the big garage, the north garage. It's a 2-level elevator. It's currently all the rip out's been done. They're beginning to start to do the new install, and that'll be moving forward. Then Kone will move back to working on. They're working on 4 and 5 in between, working with MLB to get those with it, and they need them moved up and down. Kone's right there to do that, which works out well. Once we get 4 and 5 back online, which is the ones that John talked about, we'll rehab the 2 and 3, which are the ones that are the workhorses right now in the garage that are doing. They're tired. They need some help. So once we can get people into the new ones, we can move them over, move Kone over, and do the final 2 replacements there. 2 and 3 need to be fixed up to an MRL. South Perimeter Road, I've had multiple conversations with different entities, including the Corps of Engineers, the FAA, and I'm very close to getting my hands on my permit and get this done. Callahan just said, give me a date, we'll come in and we'll finish it for you. The GA apron, that's the area that's left right now, just past, there you go, past that. That was just repaved last week on Thursday, last Wednesday and Thursday, that was repaved and closed up. They have to come back in. That's actually where the concrete snow melt, the icing pad will go.
This is too much.
We're waiting on the contractor to get an approved concrete mix that has to meet the FAA specs. So in the meantime, to keep them here, keep them on site without demobilizing. If you came in from the south end, you saw them down by Millionaire. They're down there working, which is they jumped a few phases around, which Steve asked about ahead of time, but they jumped a few phases. But it keeps them here, keeps them working. It's work that can be done that they want to do next year. So, and then as soon as their concrete mix gets approved, we're hoping in 2 weeks it should get the results back, and then we do it. They'll move back to here and get it going. Yeah, see, that's them milling down by Millionaire. That was just Monday. So milling that out, get that all cleaned out. They have to dig this out, put new under drain, new gravel, and get that done. And they're planning on doing that in less than 2 weeks. So they're moving.
John, the one picture, if you go back, where you
Yep.
showed it was paved.
Yep.
Okay. Are they gonna have to dig that up?
That was put down at their cost.
That would put down at their cost.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's temporary because they couldn't have they didn't have a concrete mix when they wanted to move, to keep moving, and I said, well, you gotta pave it so we can use it, so they did.
There was a lot of drainage work they wanted to get in to do in that area, so it's worth it for them to get into that. And still-
As long as we're not paying for it.
Not putting it in, not taking it back out again. So, the fuel farm fire suppression, excuse me, the north canopy, the new system is basically in, ready to be turned over. We're currently wiring in the new alarm system because it's tied into the fire alarm system. The south canopy, I'm working with the fire suppression contractor, which is United Fire. We have to help them get the unit up on top of the roof. At some point, we'll end up having to put a catwalk up on top of that. So annual maintenance, you have to get up and walk in it. And so they suggested doing that now. I said we can't do it now. So we're going to work with them. They'll get the system online I'm hoping by the end of August, we'll have the whole system back online. It'll be good to go. Runway Mausers, those guys are moving along. They just do what they do, and they're actually across the road right now, digging, forming, and pouring concrete for the new light pads and stuff. That's their disconnects and stuff for the whole new system. It's moving forward. I keep track of them. Matt and I talk to them at least once a week just to touch base. We're actually going to piggyback off. They have to shut the runway down to do the ones closer to the runway later, end of July. We're going to piggyback off that. I've got a contractor that I need to get into some directional drilling to maintain my light circuit for the runway. We're going to piggyback off their closure and get that done too.
Transformer project, you can see the top there in the green and the yellow bollards. That was the main project. National Grid. We did all that work. Site work is done. Paved, stripes. One outstanding item here is the automatic transfer switch. That was the long lead item, currently scheduled for October. So they'll be off site until October when that's in. But this project went very well. And there's a couple of cones there. I don't know if they were parking spots for anyone in particular or not. In the future, if needed.
It'll be on Monday.
We can do that.
Name at the top of one.
We can do that. So here's the main terminal apron. The pink shows you basically the footprint. For this is phase one. Shows you the footprint. We're working with McFarland Johnson. We're working with the FAA for the funding on it. We actually met with Ralph Gatto, our ADO, FAA ADO this morning. Went through a bunch of items of that as far as entitlement money, discretionary funding. We're hoping to get as much as we can out of him. We're working on that. They had some comments. You can see taxiway C with Charlie, which is the blue one going the long one through the paint. There's some criteria that is changing. We'll end up incorporating it in our design to make it work the right way so that we keep the FAA and everybody happy, including the tower. We coordinate with the tower. The big part of this is once we get the design for the materials, how much concrete, how much asphalt, and different things, drainage, then we got to sit down with the airlines and figure out the phasing for this. What do you think the phasing for that one? Steve, what do you see this one? There'll probably be 20 phases on this thing.
Why would the space where the new gates have to be done? Wasn't that done to?
The concrete apron was, but there's some asphalt cleanups.
Some of the asphalt is original asphalt. Some of the drainage, we're doing different things just to keep it. The
Are we
concrete.
tearing it all out?
No. Well,
I could have modified that. a little bit.
I get it now.
Yeah.
it's just a work area. Most of the concrete, believe it or not, they did an impact hammer test that they dragged this thing behind. It's a trailer they drag behind a pickup truck, and it sounds the concrete all the way through. And believe it or not, most of the concrete was found to be pretty sound. So some of the stuff, some of the surfaces are in rough shape. We'll have to resurface them, grind it down like 4 inches, then re-pour the concrete. But more of the concrete work will be additional concrete work where we've had issues with planes being parked at the gates because now these bigger planes are parked at the gate. The back tires sit on the asphalt, hot weather. They sink in, we get wheel ruts. We're going to extend the pads out so they don't have that issue when they park there. It's all on concrete.
Just want to add that Ralph actually from FAA, we just met with him for 2 hours. He's waiting for us. We got to get back with him. We're going to give him a tour so he can see it firsthand, the area, right after we leave this
And we
meeting.
will get you out of here shortly.
Does anybody know how Delta's largest plane they're flying in here? What is it?
That'd be a Dave question. The
Cause I
A321
saw one come in here yesterday, here at 11:09.
AM.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they fly the A321 twice a day. It's 200 seats.
Yep.
Those were
I
aircraft.
swore
Is
it
that
was a
Detroit or
big
Atlanta?
Atlanta.
And it's the 321,
321. Yeah.
cause a lot of these gates weren't designed for.
They'll handle those,
But you can't
all
see, you can't see the people.
Yeah.
Correct.
The whole.
Correct, the seating, the whole room, yeah.
Yeah, they were designed for a 737, like 700.
Which is 134 feet.
Yeah.
What's the 321?
Well, that's 191. You can
191.
configure them like Frontier configures them to 240 if they ever come in.
That's what's coming in here?
No, yeah.
No.
Frontier,
One of
you
the-
get no leg room, you gotta put your feet up on your pad and the tree goes in front of you.
Maybe.
That's why we're making.
They never.
No problem,
It's a
no
public
problem.
meeting.
It's a public meeting.
Thank you.
Well, On that note, if we're up to you.
It's on stuff we talked about in the past, so Community Air, we continue to push that project forward. That's where the hydraulic, I don't know if this was on previous meetings, but this is what it's gonna look like. I mean, it's not gonna look like that, it's not gonna be orange in a box, but on the hangar, to give you an idea of how they're gonna put the plane into the hangar, the benefits of it, so.
Real, I just want to piggyback on that quick. Just so we've already brought them to the board. Swice is doing the door itself. They've actually sent shop drawings this week for us to review. And we met with Ryan and Biggs yesterday as well. They got to work together. They're the structural engineer that's already been approved as well. They'll work together. We're looking at getting this out by early August with construction in September completed before GIC, October 15th.
With concurrence from Community Air, we also had Community Air
And
about.
Community Air was on. They're very happy with the progress and how this is going. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Just wanted to add.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Continue to work with them. We had a productive meeting, I think, last week. We're kind of going over what their future hangar might look like, so we'll continue to, push that forward and keep you updated on how it goes. And then 64 Wade Road, just a quick update on that is we got concurrence from the FAA to continue to move forward at the agreed upon price that we brought to the board a couple months ago. So hopefully by the end of the summer, this project is off our books and,
Oh.
yeah.
The town of Colony appears to be in agreement, and they've scheduled it in one of their meetings to
Yeah,
vote.
that's correct.
On the
They're
town
continu-
board meeting, I think,
There,
right?
there was a question of, because like it says it's either the Latham Water District or Town of Colony, and depending on who's the actual owner of the title at the moment, it changes their process on their end. So from what they've indicated to us is, it's Town of Colony that owns it. So I have to figure out exactly what that entails for us. I think either way, they're going to put on the first board meeting on their side that they can and continue to get this done with.
That's great.
Yeah.
And positive progress is good progress.
Yes, and it makes the FAA happy there.
That's
Are
what
we gonna
they,
do anything with it?
No, we'll look at it.
It's a protection, it's a safety zone.
Yeah,
it's
it's in the
yeah.
yard.
But I didn't know if the FAA wanted the trees come down.
Oh, I don't know. No.
No, that
No, they
area
don't.
is okay.
We took a bunch out of there, I want to say about 3 years ago. We, with concurrence from the town of Conley, said no problem going there. We did. So we got the tall ones out of there, but tallness is, as they grow back again, we can keep it cut down for the approach. So we're on a 2-8 approach.
great. Any other questions? Board? No? Okay, at this time, I'd like to take a motion to go into executive session to discuss particular corporations and proposed lease property, also to have an attorney-client privilege discussion. Thank you, and I'll second it, and all in favor, both of us. Thanks, everyone.